welcome back to another episode of the Sister Talk Podcast. I'm your host, Gold Chain Diva, and this is my sister,
Miss BD, and y'all already know that's what it is.
And we're just two sisters with a lot to talk about. And we always got a lot to talk about.
We definitely do.
So what's been going on, sis? You know, we at the end of the week.
I know.
The big beginning of the week for them because they watching it on a Monday, but we on a Friday.
Yes, we definitely on a Friday. Man, nothing much. Just working, and more freaking working.
Yeah.
I'm tired of working.
I feel you. Listen, everybody say they waiting for them to stop making us pay bills.
Listen, and I'm going to be the first one not paying the bill.
Oh, listen.
Okay?
I feel you.
Okay.
And let me tell you, they sent a notice about these school loans.
I got one too.
That's supposed to be starting back up in September.
Yes.
And it's August. I'm not looking forward to it. Biden was supposed to, he had one job.
One job and he couldn't even do it.
Couldn't even do that. The amnesia must have kicked in. But my week has been pretty good.
I'm still laughing about that.
I mean, listen, we already know he got dementia, so the amnesia must have kicked in too. But he done forgot about us, but it's all good though. We still ain't paying him.
No, listen,
I might pay you some of it.
Yeah, a little bit.
But it ain't never gonna get paid off. It ain't no hope for that.
So
but don't let my dad hear me say that because he will grind me up. Sorry, Dad.
Yeah, listen.
But yeah, my week has been cool. It definitely has been going fast.
Okay.
Because I remember thinking on Monday, like, dang, I wish Friday was here. And Friday is here. And I'm just like, this week went super fast.
Yeah.
But I didn't really do too much this week. Just worked, did some household chores, you know, get grocery shopping, laundry, you know, the everyday type of stuff. But ain't nothing too eventful happening in my life at the moment. But yes, you know, it's time to spill the tea.
Yes.
It's a lot of tea to spill this week.
A lot of tea, y'all.
A lot of tea. All right, so the first thing that we're going to talk about is Lizzo.
Okay, let's get into it.
Now, it's so funny because Lizzo was in the media a lot before she got into her relationship. For basically having her ass out everywhere.
Right. I remember that.
But once she got in a relationship, that was the most clothes I've ever seen this girl wear in my life. So she hasn't really been in the media too much. But we all know that Lizzo stands for like body positivity. You know, she promotes this positive image out into the world. But according to you know, court records and lawsuits being filed, Lizzo is not the person that we thought she was.
And it's crazy because when I seen this, I was like this is an oxymoron. Like, this is crazy. Like, somebody that's supposed to be like pro body positivity and you're knocking your dancers down. You're
and not even just that, but like, come on, ma'am, you're not a size 2.
No, listen.
So how you gonna shame somebody for basically looking like you?
But you want to know something? Most people that do look like she's big. Her dancers are thick size, plus size. I just say she's big, she's plus size. It's to make herself feel better. It's to boost her own ego. That's how I looked at it.
I felt like her ego was big enough, to be honest. Like, she don't have to tear them people down to do that. But basically, she's in the hot seat for having accusations of a hostile work environment and sexual harassment.
Yes.
And claims for religious and racial harassment.
The sexual part got me because one of the girls was you know, saying her testimony, and she was like, you know, kind of saying like what happened. They went to the a strip club and she made them touch the body parts or what, and I'm just thinking like,
listen,
I was confused.
I don't mean to laugh, but this article, the way they put that experience is she made the performers they made them touch the new performers, like you said.
Yeah.
But then they were catching dildos launched from the performers' vaginas and eating bananas protruding from the performers' vaginas. And she pressured somebody to touch the breast of one of the dancers. Like, ma'am, get yourself together.
First of all I'm still stuck on the throwing the dildos out of the vagina. Like, that's what I'm stuck on. Like, I'm getting the picture.
Yeah, that you don't really need to have.
Yeah, excuse me? First of all, I don't know. And this might sound come off really, really insensitive, But a part of me is just like, bruh, like, come on. You don't got no backbone that you just want to be in the fame that much.
Well, I mean,
that you can't say no, or
I mean, but listen though, that's how they got these underground parties and stuff. Like apparently, she always had an event or a party after a performance or something. She did not make it mandatory for them to be there.
Mm-hmm.
However, they basically concluded like she had favorites. So if people showed up, it added to their job security. So she was pretty much like a dictator. Pretty much like a dictator saying, this what you're going to do, or if you don't do it, then I don't know what to tell you.
I'm cutting you loose.
So, I mean, I get it. My thing is, like, on a more insensitive level, I feel like it's a very fine line. As I was reading the article, I was thinking to myself, like, it sounds like there was a level of friendship and comfortability.
Mm-hmm.
And so it might have been a very fine line considering that she was also the boss too.
I get that.
So I feel like instances where they may have felt pressured and uncomfortable, they may not have spoke up because she was their boss.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, she probably didn't look at it like, oh, I'm trying to make them do anything. Like, these is my friends,
yeah,
and we having a good time.
Right.
Like, if I was out, you probably would pressure me to touch a titty.
T, touch this titty. Come on, touch this titty, T.
Yeah, but like you said though, I got enough of a backbone to be like,
Tay,
I'm good off
good.
that.
Exactly.
I might slap a little
bit of boot. Not a little bit of boot, but a little bit of booty. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
Listen, I just like, are these famous people that indulged in themselves that they would just like fire somebody because they didn't touch a tit or they didn't catch a dildo out of somebody's vagina? Like, I just don't like where, like, you're like, come on.
A dime a dozen. To them, these dancers are a dime a dozen.
Because anybody would want to be in their position.
Yep.
That's just.
Yep.
That's
so
insane.
that whole situation is just messy in general. Because, you know, like you said, she body shamed a couple people.
Yeah.
Basically, you know, told the girl, you eating a little bit too much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a part of me feels like I can understand that if it was a concern of, like, you know, mental health.
Yeah.
Because as women, we do eat most of our feelings away.
Yes.
So I can see that if that were the case.
Yeah.
Which it doesn't sound like it was. Mm-hmm. It was more malicious.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I said before, girl, you're not that much smaller.
No. You're definitely not. Definitely not. And, you know, as I was watching the interview, I said, you know, first of all, I was like, man, these girls they got some beautiful faces. Mm-hmm. They got some, like, they're beautiful. Like, just how they look, you know what I mean? I don't know. Y'all don't deserve that. Let me just say that. Let me put that out there. Y'all don't deserve that.
Listen, honestly, we think, and this is something that one of my best friends told me, because her younger sister was like pursuing the dance career. Dancers don't get paid that much. They got to do a lot of work for the pay that they get. Mm-hmm. So they really don't deserve her being all extra and putting extra pressure on them. Mm-hmm. Like, it was even a point where they said they had to go through like a 12-hour rehearsal to keep their position. And one girl apparently pissed herself because she was fearful that if she left to go to the bathroom,
she was going to get cut.
Right. So Lizzo is a tyrant, apparently. And I mean, not even on this topic, but it came out that Lizzo's current boyfriend, she basically underhanded the girl before her and stole her boyfriend pretty much. That's a video going around on TikTok right now too.
Oh no, Lizzo, come on, get yourself.
So get your act together, man.
Yeah, please, man, because I liked you, and now this is just putting a distaste.
I mean, Lizzo was never my favorite.
She wasn't my favorite, but I did like her. I don't know.
I don't really know. I'm not judging you for liking her because I feel like she's a likable person.
Yeah.
She's a performer. I know a lot of people do, but like for her, it's just something that she didn't do for me. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a couple little songs that she got, but like, am I listening to a whole Lizzo album?
Oh well, shit.
Probably not.
Shit, I'm not listening to a whole Lizzo album, but I'm saying when I see her, I'll be like, okay.
Lizzo gets on my nerves.
Really?
From the start, because I felt like, and I knew, listen, now that we on it, I knew something was up with this chick.
Why?
Because from the start, it was just too much. Like, you out here, like, want to put body positivity all in our, shove it down our face, and you got your whole ass out at a daggone NBA game for no reason, just for people to talk. So it was already a little sus from the start.
Right.
Like, come on now, you doing the most.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lizzo, she always was on my bad side. But anyway, you know, these entertainers, what can you expect from them? They're entertainers.
I know.
But speaking of entertainers, you know, Cardi B is always in the media as well.
Cardi.
You know, because, you know, her and Lizzo, they had a song together called Rumors. I didn't listen to it.
I don't think I know.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Yes.
But yes, Cardi B is in the media right now she had a performance, I want to say it was like in Las Vegas or something like that. And basically, she was on the stage. I guess there was a point in time where she did like prompt the crowd to be like, oh, you know, splash some water on because it's hot out here. But they don't know if that was why somebody threw a drink at her. So apparently a person threw a drink at her.
Right.
And she reacted being like,
yeah.
and throwing the microphone.
The funny thing is, if she did, you know, say, hey, it's a little hot out here, and somebody threw a drink, girl, you kind of asked for it. I'm sorry.
I mean, she definitely asked for it if that was the case.
But if she didn't, then I could understand why she would be mad. You know what I mean? Because it's crazy. Something like this happened. My girl Lotto.
Okay.
Something happened to her recently just like that too, as well. It wasn't water though. I can't remember what it was. Somebody did something and she was pissed off. She was real pissed off. But I feel like it's starting to be a trend because they showed a picture of Alicia Keys on a stage. Was it Alicia? Yeah. It was Alicia Keys and she had her son standing like in front of her. And I seen the picture. And he's standing there with this meat. They was like, look at his face, like he's not playing. They said he was standing there to protect his mom from somebody throwing something at her. I said, oh my gosh. I said, so what is this going to be, a trend now?
I mean, listen, I feel like people are definitely getting more ballsy when it comes to celebrities. People don't, because you gotta think about how exposed their lives are to us at this point. So people really are thinking they on the same level, which I mean we all are humans at the end of the day, so they are, but at the same time, like they go through a lot to be able to entertain us, and people take that for granted. And people feel like they're entitled to something. Because we live in that age of like snatching chains too.
Well for that, that's super disrespectful.
Like, I don't know, the whole situation is just crazy to me. I mean, because people do feel like, man, what's she gonna do? What he gonna do? So apparently, when the microphone hit the person, whoever it hit, they filed charges at the police station, right, saying that they had been assaulted at the concert or whatever, but she will not be charged in that case because of lack of evidence. I'm with all of that. I don't think that she should go down for that. It was a reflex shit.
Listen, because I would have threw
like I would have threw something too.
Yeah, she's trying to be cute on the stage. She's not trying to get splashed by water. Like, what the hell? Like, I don't know.
So, you know, good to hear that
she won't be in charge.
Exactly.
Because good lord.
Exactly.
She has enough charges.
I mean, come on. But yeah, she won't be getting charged, and as always, you know, there's always another person who should be getting charged for their stuff, but is not getting charged for none of the foolishness that they ever do. And if they go to jail, they go to jail for like a day, and then come back out. Still being a heathen. Like, he's like the only person I look at in this world and be like, ew, how are you famous and you look dirty?
I can't stand him. Now that's somebody I can't stand.
Well, we're talking about Blueface, by the way.
I cannot stand him. Like, he just really bugs me. I call him a famous bum.
He is. That's what he looked like, and he can't rap.
No, he's not even on the beat when he raps. Like, how you rapping on a song and not on the beat? Right. That's the easiest thing.
Listen, I saw this meme or this video on TikTok where he was rapping or whatever, and the caption was like, when and it had a picture of Krishan, and the caption was like, when you realize that your baby dad not gonna rap and get y'all out the hood. I was dying.
Because it's the truth.
It is. She's the more talented of the both of them.
Absolutely.
He better be lucky that she chose him.
Listen, for real, because she put him on, and it's so sad because he came out before her.
That is sad, because when she started blowing up, then we started paying him a little bit more attention. Right. But it was for all the wrong reasons.
Bust Down Tatiana, nobody was paying that attention.
Not as well.
Well, Let me say
that's
this.
the only hit he got.
That's the only hit
I
he
can't
got.
name that one other.
But after that, yeah, no, he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything.
He didn't.
So.
But anyway, you know, as always, like we said, he's in the middle of controversy whenever controversy is around.
Yes.
So there's a video that's going around on social media, and this actually happened like earlier in the month. But a lot of people, I haven't seen a lot of people talking about it, so I'm not really sure if people heard of it.
Yeah, I didn't hear it too.
But apparently he was throwing one of his famous little stripper parties at his house or whatever. His baby mom was there.
Stewie?
Yes, Stewie. Stewie was there.
Stewie was there.
And their 6-year-old son was also in attendance. Now, mind you, it's a whole bunch of naked ladies shaking ass all over the place, whatever. And in this video, you can see him, you know, showing the strippers, and then he goes into a pantry, and his son is in the pantry looking for a snack. Very innocent thing. He turns into a, well, you must be gay. Because why you in here getting snacks, focusing on the snacks, when his ass out there?
That's what they were Jay Nasty. Son, come here. There's booty cheeks out here. You in here looking for chips and Slim Jims and shit. You ain't gay, is you? Huh? Are you gay? You ain't gay, right? My man. My gay.
And so now he's under fire. But my thing is, I don't even understand why people are surprised. Because, come on now. I told her to turn it off, but I'm not cutting it out this time.
I had it on silent, dog. I had it on silent.
The funny thing is, you probably got to silence the alarm.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. My bad.
It's all good. But, yes. So, you know, we didn't think he was dad of the year in the first place.
How many ways could you say that that's just so inappropriate? Like, at this point, I'm not surprised that he did that. It's super inappropriate. Blueface, grow the listen, I'm cussing. Usually I bleep my cuss words out. Grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Please. I'm happy Krishan is not with your ass because you was taking her nowhere but
nowhere quickly, really.
Yeah, at all.
And the sad part about the whole situation really is his baby mom is showing how much of a dummy she is. Because, ma'am, why are you okay with your son being around that?
She wants to be famous. She's a nobody. She wants to be some type of famous.
Yeah, she wants to be something. But it ain't going to be famous.
Dumb.
Because they done dragged her behind up and down, okay?
Yeah, they did.
Nobody want to know nothing about his baby mom.
No.
I don't even know the girl name.
Neither. That's why I called her Stewie.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, Blueface, get your stuff together, sir.
Please.
You know, you have another child on the way, maybe do better.
Yeah, be a good example of a freaking dad.
Yep. Be a better example.
Girl, I can't stand Blueface. I said it again. That's how you know I really can't stand it.
I mean, he's annoying.
He is.
Never makes a good decision.
No.
I've never seen him make a good decision in a day of my life.
Good decision. Listen, good decision, bad decision. There's no arrow. It's just going right to the bad.
Yep.
Gosh.
Huh? Just like that.
I know.
Already. It's time for conspiracy time.
Conspiracy. I will never get old enough.
Listen, one day you're going to catch on to these conspiracy things.
I love them. Okay. Listen, let's get to this. My favorite person.
Is it?
You know I'm being sarcastic. I'm being sarcastic. Miss Beyonce and these daggone portals, sis. Let's get into this.
Well, I mean, whenever there's a conspiracy, Beyonce is not too far behind.
No.
We've talked about in several other episodes about like different statues and portals popping up everywhere over this world. But one thing we didn't talk about is the amount of portals that are popping up at these concerts. So, you know, right now Beyonce is doing her Renaissance concert, her tour. And basically her set design is a big old portal looking circle that has a woman's legs spread open. So it's kind of like a vagina, like illusion. And basically, you know, she's following suit right behind Travis Scott, because Travis Scott, he had a portal at one of his concerts, and he continues to, you know, follow the same format. And so basically the conspiracy is are they trying to channel our energy?
Yes.
During these concerts,
yes.
while we're open
yes.
and liquored up and under all types of influences,
yes.
are they trying to take our energy and harvest that
yes.
in order to create some type of ritual
yes.
or release demons out
yes.
into the world? Conspiracy or not?
It's not a conspiracy. It's not a conspiracy. It's not a conspiracy because first of all, Beyonce, you're crazy.
Mm-hmm. I mean, very much.
You're crazy. You're crazy. A good artist, but you're crazy. You're crazy.
I mean, because we saw the Lemonade album. The Lemonade album, don't get me wrong, the Lemonade album was hot.
Yeah.
But that was when we got to see her in her most weirdest form. When she was underwater, swimming and the stuff, and talking about plugging her menses with the Bible, and all this different stuff. That was when we really got to see who Beyonce was behind closed doors.
Yeah.
If we chose to pay attention to it. And ever since then, it has been signs of her different signs with the horses or
yes.
her new album cover,
mm-hmm.
Being things that showed up in Revelations. So it's definitely not far-fetched that she's a major player in the game.
Yeah, she is. She definitely is. And it's crazy because now she has it throws you off. It's oh no, she couldn't be this person that's trying to channel our spirits because she has her daughter up on stage. So there goes the soft part of the concert where it gets people to be. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'd rather watch her daughter dance because she's more entertaining. She be getting it, on the stage. And we talked about that last episode, or 2 episodes ago. But there's a guy that's actually going to see Beyonce, and it's so crazy because it's a gay guy. He at my job. He works in the kitchen. He actually told them that he's gonna quit if they don't give him the time off for the concert. And they did not give him the time off for the concert.
So is he gonna quit?
I think he is. And you wanna know what's so crazy? He's been telling this young gentleman has been telling me about this concert since last year.
Oh,
and he's and he knows the dances and everything, cause he wants to, but he's going to this concert. But anyway, I'm getting off track.
No, but that's crazy
yeah.
But that shows you how devout the Beehive is. So
listen, that's what I'm saying.
It is a cult type of following.
It really is a cult type of following, and that brings me to my next thing is Travis Scott. I'm not sure if you remember when all the people were passing out at his concert
yes.
and stuff like that. And I swear I might have shared it with you. I might not have, but I will. There's one point of his concert where they're lifting people up in the over the crowd because they're passing out and
yes.
And he looks like he's doing a seance. It's so creepy. I watched it over and over and over, and the reason why I watched it over and over because I was picking different parts out of
there is
video.
also a clip. The guy that I had showed you on the clip before we recorded.
Mm-hmm.
This is not his first time talking out about Travis Scott, and it's a video that he showed where you can actually see an entity hovering over, jumping over the crowd. You can see it clear as day. Not even on no reaching type stuff. And my thing is, so people just forgot that all these people died at his concert, that he was under fire for it. He just leaves the United States, goes out of the United States, and now everything all good and all is forgiven. It's definitely a conspiracy.
Yeah.
And I will say this. So story time.
Story time.
As much as I love Kevin Gates, and I love me some Kevin Gates. As a woman of faith, I told the line. Because Kevin Gates is also one of those people that they are saying is a high-ranking demon, so a high-ranking warlock or whatever you want to call it, and practices witchcraft. And I've seen several
Listen.
I've seen several clips online, of them talking about his daughter doing magic and all these different things, him being on this earth for 3,000 years and all this different stuff. And so when I went to his concert, what was that? What am I, 30? So that was last year. Okay. So when I went to his concert last year, I will say that it was a moment in time where I did feel a little different. I don't want to say that I felt like I was in hell or nothing like that, how they described the Travis Scott concert. But I will say that I felt a little out of body, just a little bit. and we were absolutely under the influence. I was definitely on. And I told a lie because I'm not gonna lie, I love me some Kevin Gates. Like will the Lord pardon me when I get to heaven? And he was like, girl,
really,
I
Kevin
told
Gates?
you not to go to Kevin Gates concert, but you went to multiple.
Yeah. Not multiple. You plan on going to some more?
I want to go to another one. He got a tour coming up right now. I love him. But they basically saying like in these concerts, they're harvesting all this energy, pretty much trying to snatch your soul, like condemn your soul right then and there, like during these rituals. So it really does make you scared. It's scary. It's definitely a conspiracy. This is the 3rd week in a row. We didn't have conspiracy on conspiracy on conspiracy.
Yeah, because it's so crazy, and it's something that we need to be woke about.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people will ignore it.
For sure.
But it's there. It's clear as day.
It definitely is. Mm-hmm. I mean, and I feel like that leads us right into our topic for tonight.
It really, really does. You know, I seen something really, really interesting on, here we go again, TikTok. I seen something.
They already know we some TikTok fiends.
We need to get some TikTok shirts.
Listen, something.
Yeah, but it was 3 gentlemen. One was talking about, you know, pretty much getting drunk and the low vibrations that come from consuming alcohol. So I found it very interesting because this is a topic, but I have story time to go with it because I can relate. But he was just kind of talking about how, you know, his brother, and I can't really remember if it was him or if it was his brother, that went out to a club and wasn't drunk and was looking around at everybody else that was consuming alcohol or already drunk. And just to see how, you know, obviously when you consume alcohol, it makes you a different person. That's just what it is. I don't care what nobody else says. You become your alter ego when you're drunk. So watching all of these people and being sober, it's kind of creepy. It's very, very creepy. I had an experience where I was out not drinking and seeing other people around me drunk. It's almost like you got little demons walking around you and doing a whole bunch of dumb stuff, and you're just like, man, am I being a party pooper right now? Because that's how I felt. I was just like,
I mean, because
I'm not drunk. I'm not drunk right now, so I cannot be like, yeah, I can sway to the side and dance because I love dancing, but like as in like.
Oh, I mean, this is what I'm assuming that you were on 2nd Street.
Yeah.
Well, 2nd Street is not a vibe. I don't care what nobody say. I stand on it, okay?
It's really not.
It's not a vibe anymore.
No.
Like, come on now, we're 31.
Yeah.
I've been going to 2nd Street since I was like 23.
Yeah, me too.
There's too many damn years for it to be the same old foolishness.
Exactly.
And it gets worse and worse every week.
Absolutely.
So I agree with you.
Yeah.
Being the not drunk person around a whole bunch of drunk people is annoying.
It is very annoying.
Like, I have drunk friends that I refuse to go around if I'm not drinking because I want to be just a little bit drunk to deal with your foolishness.
Exactly.
But I think, you know, in that clip, he also, you know, talked about the stigma of us, I guess, being adults and feeling like we always have to do something with alcohol.
Absolutely.
And so that makes me happy because, you know, my birthday, I chose to do some sober fun this year.
Yes, you definitely did. And I feel like it's going to be a lot of
earlier part of the day.
Yeah. We ain't got to talk about what we're doing at night. But the earlier part of the day, and as he said in the video, it's okay to get together with your friends and have a celebration.
Right,
that is different. But you don't need every single time. Like, listen,
like
y'all.
every day.
Today, we ain't got no drinks.
And
I got tea.
But you know what's funny? Just watching some of our older clips, we don't always drink.
No, we don't.
Like, they might always think we drinking
but
something.
We're not.
We just like to quench our little thirst a little bit. Like, some days, like, I'm in here with water. We've been on here with vitamin water.
Absolutely.
So, like, you really don't need the alcohol to be a vibe. And you really got to think about it. And he also did touch on this, too, is feeling like you got to escape reality through what you're drinking.
Yes.
Or consuming. And because I would say, not just alcohol, weed. And we had a conversation about that last week where I said weed is numbing.
You know, it's man, I guess I can say that. But when you do consume weed, that's how I'm going to put it. When you do consume weed, when you do consume weed,
look, back in her day,
back in my younger days, No, but seriously, you know, I just feel like I get where the numbing part comes from it, because it can tend to numb you, but when you deal with anxiety, it does help.
But does it though? Because there's debates that the alcohol and the weed adds to the anxiety and the depression.
Depending on the strand. That's why they make different strands.
Well, if you get it off the street, how you gonna know?
That is true.
Because half people don't know what the heck they selling.
But that's why you should have a weed card. Because when you have a weed card, you're able to look at a list and it explains exactly.
Well, put it like this: if you treating your anxiety and depression, get a medical marijuana card. Don't buy it off the street.
Because you don't know what kind of strand. You don't know what kind of strand you're getting. It's crazy because I feel like we're kind of getting off topic.
We are, but we're not.
But we're not. You know what I mean?
We like to talk a lot.
Yeah, we do like to talk a lot. So another gentleman that works in the kitchen, he was telling me that he doesn't take everybody's weed. And I was like, what do you mean? Like,
I mean, yeah.
And I said, tell
people
me.
like don't have to have a reason to lace you with anything.
Exactly. So I'm like, tell me a little bit about it. You know what I mean? And he was saying that he was out with some friends and he smoked off of somebody else's blunt. He was up for 3 days.
Not up.
On the third day, he went to the hospital, ER, urgent care, and his weed was laced with crack.
Oh,
so
wow.
Do not, I repeat, do not smoke other people's weed unless you know them.
That's crazy.
Listen,
that's crazy.
Crazy as
But
hell.
I mean, to get back to what we were saying about the weed in the first place, weed is absolutely numbing.
Yeah, it is.
But I think it is something to say about, like, I don't want to say this generation, but like, I mean, this age in general, like this world that we're living in today, because I don't think it necessarily has a age attached to it. I feel like we're living in a time right now where people in general are dealing with the woes of life.
Yes.
You know, we had COVID happen, we had people lose their jobs, we had people who lose family members, people who can't afford to put food in their refrigerator, like losing their mind just in general from being secluded to themselves. So a lot of people during that time and even before it was using substances as a crutch.
Absolutely.
And so, you know, really, I will say that yes, alcohol and any type of drugs or substances is a low vibrational thing.
It can be.
As a person who, you know, also has consumed a little bit of the greenery in my heyday. As a person who also, you know, have consumed it, it's definitely low vibrational because, like I said, for me personally, the reason why I said it was numbing is because I know how I started using it and what I started using it for.
Right.
So I really did use it as an escape from reality, because when anybody who has ever consumed marijuana, they know that you can smoke and hours go by and you still sitting in the same spot.
Yeah.
You ain't did a daggone thing. You ain't even washed it behind probably.
Yeah.
And it's just, time just passes by.
Yeah.
And so for me, when I was, you know, in that state, it was like, I'm going to disassociate from real life for a second, and I'm going to take a minute to not think about anything. And so I think it is very low vibrational, and I would say, you know, to challenge people, because we are getting a little older now, to get out of that.
Yes.
To try to find activities where you don't have a drink. Now, my thing is this though. If there is a drink to be had, I'm going to have it.
Oh, me too. Best believe. Like,
I may not get drunk.
Yeah.
But just like we going to the sports aquarium for my birthday, they got adult slushies.
Oh, so I'm
And
definitely.
I'm excited about that.
I'm definitely grabbing this.
Because that adds to the event. However, I ain't trying to get drunk.
No.
But it just, you know, it just feels good.
Yes, but if you are, and I'm not judging, I'm not here to judge,
Right.
but I'm just here to say, because I care, if you are going out every weekend and you're indulging in alcohol every weekend, you might need to go to the bathroom and look in the mirror.
Yeah,
Because
and not even just every weekend. I mean, come on, like the definition of an alcoholic, if we're putting it on the table, is 1 drink a day. If you're feeling like you have to have 1 drink a day, you are an alcoholic.
Yes.
And you need to get help.
Yes.
And I would say, you know, even if you don't feel like you're at a place where you want to get help, just replace that drink with something else.
Listen, yes.
Like when you get the urge to have a drink, go for a run, go for a walk, or paint, or just focus your energy somewhere else. And just see how your life changes.
Absolutely.
So,
Okay, that was
look, Me and Shataya getting tired. Miss Beatty and I are getting tired. I'm telling y'all to comment.
Yeah, listen.
We getting tired.
Don't if you don't have nothing to say on the YouTube, like underneath the video, and she posts something on social media, whoever is watching, and you got something smart to say, I'm about to start commenting too, okay?
But you come, that person that cussed me out on social media this week.
Did they say sorry?
No, they kind of apologized a little bit.
Okay.
But they not somebody that I know. They just were a rando. So that just shows you that we're reaching
randos.
we're reaching randos.
That's what's up.
But at least, listen, I'm not mad because at least that person took the time to comment.
Yeah, definitely.
Listen,
definitely.
So take some time to comment.
Please,
the video continues to play as you're writing your comment.
Yes.
So write us a comment. Like, we really do want to hear from y'all. Like, we know y'all enjoying it because y'all tell us that.
Yes.
We know y'all enjoying it because the views are consistent.
Absolutely.
But we want to know what you guys are thinking. Like, we want to make you all feel like you're a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we want to answer your questions. We want to address your concerns.
Yes.
Like, maybe y'all got a different viewpoint than what we have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, this is for everybody. Like, one day we might have a couple people in the studio audience.
That'd be nice.
Like, you know, we might do a little Martin episode where he had to do his little pilot.
I know exactly what you're talking. I love Martin. I know exactly what you're talking.
But yes, like, talk to us.
Please.
Anyway, until next time, thanks for tuning into the Sister Talk podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Gold Chain Diva. This is my sister.
Miss B, y'all already know that's what is he.
And you can find me on social media at goldchain__diva, and that's on all platforms. You can find my sis
NZ_BD, and that's on all platforms, y'all.
Tune in with us, tap in with us. Talk to you soon. Goodbye.